Thousands of users have made romantic connections thanks to apps like Tinder, but now someone has come up with an app for women to find friends. Hey Vina is a new app designed for women to connect offline with other women who share their interests. So here's how it works. You go through a short personality quiz about your interests, lifestyle, and then you can start making friends. The app launched in San Francisco last week and will launch in New York soon. No word on Canada yet, so we asked globalnews.ca tech reporter Nicole Bogart to join us to talk a bit about this. It sounds great.
I know, and I love the concept of this. It's very like women friendly, empowering, and the whole idea was created by these two Silicon Valley women who often traveled and moved cities for work, and they found that once they met each other, they were like, yeah, we have a really hard time just meeting other females, not only just in the Silicon Valley in the tech industry, but when we're traveling for work or when we move cities, it's hard to find a new group of friends. So they thought, what better than to take this concept that's so popular with young daters nowadays, and just put that towards an app where you can just find other women who want to have the same conversations with you, have the same interests of you as you. So it's a really, I think it's a great way for like-minded people to sort of meet up, and whether it's just like catching up over a glass of wine or like talking about world issues or something.
I completely agree. I find it's easier to make friends when you're in school, like going back. But since I've been out of university and working, it is so hard to meet other females. And now especially because all of my girlfriends are coupled up and I'm the only single one. I don't have any wingmen. So this app is for me. If you want to be my friend,
So you guys would definitely use it?
yes.
I agree, and you know what, Carolyn, I think this is such a fantastic example of empowering women in the tech community, because as we know, this is something that I've talked about a lot in my reporting and just in my spare time, but women in tech is such a highly talked about issue. There aren't a lot of women in the tech industry. So the idea that this came out of Silicon Valley, where it's hard for other women to find, like, you know, just female friends in that industry, I think it speaks to a really important point here, where we need to just empower women to talk to each other and have conversations and find people outside of their normal group of friends and expand those horizons.
Interesting. When you first told me about it, I thought, what in the world? What am I going to do with this? I can barely see the friends I have right now. But then when you told me how it began and the reasons why, my first news job was in the East Coast on Cape Breton Island in a bureau with one other videographer who was a 60-year-old man with 2 kids and actually was quite mean. Didn't like me very much. And so that was my life there. And I was, the 2 of us in a bureau. I knew no one. My life was very lonely. And something like this would have been fantastic, just to go out on a Friday night after I filed my story, because it's the truth. You're not meeting, well, particularly when you're in a news bureau with one other person, but it's very difficult to meet people.
I even think of it in the circumstances of, like, let's say I travel a lot. So let's say you're backpacking through Europe, you're in a foreign city, you don't know anybody, and especially if you're a female traveling alone, you want other female companions to make sure that you're, A, safe, but have a buddy to hang out with, right? That would be
a meal with or whatever. That's really
This is
interesting.
taking off, isn't it?
It is.
Well, let's see if
we
it
are
gets to
joining
Canada.
it. We're joining it.
There you go. Nicole Bogart from globalnews.ca, our tech reporter. Thank you for bringing us that. And stay with us. Another look at the day's top stories are straight ahead.